Did you know that 9 out of 10 motor oils labeled full synthetic on the shelf at your auto parts store right now started as crude oil pumped from the ground? Let that sit in your brain for a second. That bottle you paid premium money for, the one with full synthetic printed in big, confident letters across the front, it is made from the exact same raw material as the cheapest mineral oil sitting right next to it. In 1999, a single legal ruling allowed oil companies to take heavily processed petroleum, stamp the word synthetic on the bottle, and charge you double. They have been doing it ever since. Today, I am going to expose 10 motor oil brands doing exactly this. 10 brands you probably trust with your engine right now. And after I expose all 10, I am going to show you the oils that actually are what they claim to be. Real, chemically built from scratch, genuinely synthetic motor oils, and exactly how to tell the difference yourself. Smash that subscribe button because we are about to save your engine and your wallet. Number 10. Zik Oil. Zik Oil is a South Korean brand made by SK Lubricants, one of the biggest base oil producers on the planet. Their oils carry API SP certification. On paper, everything looks perfect. But to understand why Zik Oil on this list, you need to understand what is actually inside most full synthetic bottles. The oil industry classifies base oils into 5 groups. Think of it like grades. Group 1 and 2 are your basic mineral oils, straight from crude petroleum, nothing fancy. Group 3 is where the trick happens. These oils also start as crude petroleum, but get blasted through an extreme refining process called hydrocracking that rearranges their molecules so aggressively the finished product can mimic many properties of a true synthetic. No matter how hard you process it, Group 3 still started as crude oil from the ground. It was never built from scratch. Group 4 is where real synthetics begin. These are called PAOs, polyalpha olefins. Scientists take small molecules and build them into uniform structures through controlled chemical reactions. Every molecule engineered from scratch. That is what synthetic is supposed to mean. Group 5 is a catch-all for specialty fluids, especially esters. Esters cling to metal surfaces even when the engine is off, dissolve additives better than any other base, and resist extreme heat. And Zik Oil, built entirely on Group 3. SK Lubricants pioneered Group 3 production globally. Of course, their own brand uses their own petroleum. That is like a cookie factory selling its own cookies. Not a scandal, just not what the label implies. Pour a Zik and a real PAO side by side at room temperature. They look identical, but freeze them both overnight, and the PAO flows like water while the Group 3 turns sluggish. That molecular difference is real. For everyday driving, Zik Oil gets the job done at a fair price. But when you see full synthetic on that bottle, you are getting very well refined petroleum. Not something built from scratch. Zik Oil is petroleum in a premium costume. Zik Oil at least gives you honest value for the price. The next brand charges you a German engineering premium for the same petroleum underneath. Number 9. Have you heard of Fuchs? If you run in European car circles, you probably have. Fuchs is a German lubricant company with OEM approvals for Volkswagen, BMW, and Mercedes, the kind of brand enthusiasts recommend for German cars. But despite the premium German positioning, many Fuchs consumer products use Group 3 hydrocracked base stocks. Same full synthetic label as everyone else on this list. Their real strength is additive engineering. The way they blend anti-wear compounds and friction modifiers is genuinely high-end. That is how they pass even the strictest European tests. But the base oil underneath? Group 3 petroleum. You are paying for German expertise in additives, not German expertise in synthetic chemistry. Fuchs and Zik never pretended to be something they were not. But the next brand? It actually was the real thing. And then it stopped. Number 8. Royal Purple. Purple bottle. Race car sponsorships. Proprietary Cinerlec additive technology. Sold at premium prices in speed shops. Royal Purple positioned itself as the oil for serious drivers. And it used to deserve that position. Royal Purple originally built its reputation on real Group 4 PAO and Group 5 ester chemistry. Enthusiasts swore by it for good reason. Then came a corporate acquisition, And quietly, formulations shifted toward Group 3. Same purple bottle, same premium pricing at $12 to $16 a quart. Different chemistry inside. Their Cinerlec additive package genuinely reduces wear, but it is now compensating for a non-PAO base oil. The reputation Royal Purple trades on today was built on chemistry they no longer use. Do not trust what a brand used to be. Always check the current SDS. Royal Purple is a betrayal in a purple bottle. We are just getting warmed up. The next 7 are names you know, brands sitting in your garage right now, and I still owe you the true synthetics. Keep watching. Number 7. What does your owner's manual actually tell you? Take the 2024 Hyundai Elantra N. The manual says, API-SP certified 0W30. You grab a Lucas Oil full synthetic 0W30, check the certification. API-SP, done, right? Not so fast. Lucas is an American brand known for oil stabilizers and additive treatments. Solid reputation in truck and motorsport circles. But Lucas consumer automotive oils are generally Group 3. Lucas sells stabilizers with a side of marketing. The stabilizer is the real product. The full synthetic label is the costume. But Lucas teaches something bigger, how to figure out what is inside any bottle of oil. The secret weapon is the Safety Data Sheet, or SDS. Every motor oil has one. Look at Section 3. Hydrotreated heavy paraffinic distillates means Group 3 petroleum. Polyalpha olefins means Group 4, real synthetic. Esters means Group 5, also real synthetic. That is your decoder ring. Use it on every bottle. And those certifications you see on oil bottles, API-SP, ILSACGF6, ACEA, OEM approvals, they test whether the oil protects your engine and works with your emission system. Important? Absolutely. But a product can pass every one of those tests on Group 3, Group 4, or Group 5. Certifications tell you the oil works. They do not tell you what is inside. Number 6. Ever tried to find the right oil for a BMW or Mercedes in North America? If you have, you know the headache. Your engine needs a specific ACEA classification, but many North American brands have pulled their European certifications. Not worth the cost when their primary market is American. Hotshot's Secret Grey Diamond Euroblend tries to fill that gap. Group 3 base oils tuned for European specs. SAPS stands for sulfated ash, phosphorus, and sulfur. Too much of these clogs diesel particulate filters. ACEAC class oils control this. C1 and C4 keep ash very low for DPF protection. C2, C3, and C5 allow more ash for stronger wear protection. They are not interchangeable. Pick the wrong C class and you risk choking the filter or killing the engine early. Match it exactly to what your manufacturer says. And that gray diamond? Still Group 3 petroleum. Make sure it carries your vehicle's actual OEM approval before buying. This next one is going to surprise a lot of you. Number 5, Valvoline. One of the oldest motor oil brands in North America. Quick lube centers everywhere. Dozens of products on every shelf. Now let me show you what is actually happening inside those bottles. Every Valvoline consumer motor oil, advanced full synthetic, max life high mileage, restore and protect, every single one, Group 3 hydrocracked base stocks. Same petroleum foundation across the board. What changes from product to product is the additive package on top. And this is what most people miss. The additives are what actually protect your engine. ZDDP, the zinc-based anti-wear compound, prevents metal-on-metal contact in critical engine areas. Molybdenum cuts friction and improves fuel economy. Detergents keep surfaces clean. Dispersants hold dirt floating in the oil so the filter catches it. Antioxidants fight heat breakdown. These all work together as a system. The proportions tuned for Group 3 are different from what works in a PAO base. That is why dumping aftermarket miracle additives into your oil is almost always a terrible idea. You are throwing unknown chemicals into a carefully balanced recipe. If you own a classic car with flat tappet cams, modern low ZDDP oils can leave your cam underprotected. You may need a higher ZDDP oil or a zinc booster. Advanced full synthetic is their standard play for newer engines. Max Life High Mileage adds seal conditioners and stronger detergents for engines past 75,000 miles. Restore and protect targets high-mileage engines with consumption issues, stuck rings, and carbon deposits. Owners often report the oil darkens faster at first as cleaning agents pull sludge out. That stabilizes after a few cycles. If you try it, shorten your first drain intervals and track results with oil analysis. But no oil can fix worn piston rings or broken hardware. That needs a mechanic. One more thing, a consumer complaint was filed against Valvoline Instant Oil Change in February 2026, claiming substituted viscosities. Customers who paid for 0W30 reportedly received 5W30 instead. Whether or not it wins, the lesson is universal. Verify the exact product used at any oil change. Get an invoice. Despite all these formulations, despite all the clever additive engineering, the fundamental reality stays the same. Every Valvoline bottle is Group 3 petroleum with a full synthetic sticker. Valvoline is a brilliant additive company trapped inside a petroleum oil bottle. If this is already changing how you think about motor oil, hit that subscribe button. The next 4 are going to blow your mind. Number 4, who actually made the oil in your bottle? Most people never ask this. They grab Kirkland's signature at Costco or SuperTech at Walmart and assume those companies made it. They did not. Behind most private label motor oils sits Warren Distribution, one of the largest independent oil blenders in North America. They blend finished oils to modern specs and supply multiple retailer brands. These oils are not bad. Independent analysis of Kirkland 5W30 shows solid detergent levels, proper anti-wear additives, and a strong viscosity index. Well-made oil, but it is Group 3 petroleum underneath. SuperTech adds a wrinkle. Walmart multi-sources for low prices, so SuperTech products can show additive differences across regions and batches. Same certification, slightly different recipe. For daily driving, these get the job done at great prices. But know what you are buying. Someone else's recipe with a store brand sticker on it. We are now into the top 3. Millions of people trust these names without question. What I am about to tell you is going to change how you look at every oil aisle in every auto parts store. Number 3. Why does the same Liqui Moly product have a different label in Germany than in America? Liqui Moly is a German brand with a devoted following among European vehicle owners. Products like Top Tech 4100 carry OEM approvals like VW 505.00 and 507.00. But many Liqui Moly products marketed as full synthetic are built on Group 3. And here is where it gets truly bizarre. In Germany, Liqui Moly uses terms like synthetic technology for these products. The word synthetic there is still treated more carefully, often reserved for PAO or ester formulations. In North America, same oil. Full synthetic label, different country, different rules. Think about that. Liqui Moly promotes molybdenum disulfide and their Ceratec friction modifier chemistry. These genuinely reduce friction and wear, but the oil underneath is still Group 3. Some specific Liqui Moly products do contain PAO or ester, particularly their premium European lines, but those are specific SKUs, not the whole brand. Check the SDS product by product. Liqui Moly plays labeling games between countries. But the next 2 brands did something far more ambitious. They reinvented the science itself. Number 2, Shell and Pennzoil. These two share a parent company and a technology that genuinely rewrites what you think you know about Group 3. That technology is gas to liquids, or GTL. Most Group 3 oils start with crude petroleum. GTL starts with natural gas. Through Fischer-Tropsch synthesis, that gas gets rebuilt into hydrocarbon molecules with almost zero impurities. Think of it like taking natural gas apart atom by atom and reassembling it into oil molecules. The results are genuinely impressive. Extreme purity, rock-solid viscosity stability, low evaporation, strong breakdown resistance, excellent cold start flow. Additives work better in this base. In many tests, GTL stocks come close to PAO performance. Pennzoil's Pure Plus technology is the most visible application. When they say ultra platinum is made from natural gas, that is true. But here is the catch that matters. The difference? PAO is like building identical Lego structures from the same kit, every molecule the same. GTL is like melting down raw materials and casting them into similar shapes, very pure. But the molecules are not identical the way PAOs are. You would not call a lab-grown diamond mined just because it sparkles the same way. Shell and Pennzoil built the most impressive petroleum oil the world has ever seen. It is still petroleum. And now we arrive at number 1, Castrol. You already know this name should be here. Castrol did not just sell Group 3 petroleum as synthetic. They created the entire system that allowed every other brand on this list to do the same thing. In the late 1990s, Castrol took their Syntec product, built on real Group 4 PAO, and quietly swapped in cheaper Group 3 petroleum. Same bottle, same label, completely different chemistry inside. Mobil caught them and challenged it at the National Advertising Division. Mobil argued synthetic should mean chemically synthesized. Makes sense, right? The NAD ruled in Castrol's favor. Synthetic was acceptable as a marketing word, not a chemical definition. That ruling did not redefine chemistry. Group 3 is still petroleum. It simply gave every oil manufacturer on Earth permission to stamp full synthetic on Group 3. Every brand on this countdown traces back to that one decision. Castrol Edge is their flagship today. Group 3 base stocks with fluid titanium technology for friction reduction. Premium branding, same petroleum foundation as everyone else. Something technical that matters. Because Edge uses Group 3, its formulations rely heavily on viscosity modifiers, polymeric additives that bulk up thickness to hit target numbers. These modifiers physically shatter under sustained stress. The oil gradually thins. PAO formulations need far fewer modifiers because the molecules naturally provide high viscosity index. That difference shows up in oil analysis and extended drain situations. Castrol is the original sin of the synthetic oil industry. If you are finding this useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. All 10 brands, some of the most trusted names in motor oil. Every single one marketing Group 3 petroleum as full synthetic. The label is legal, the oils work, but none of them are chemically synthesized in the way that word was intended to mean. Now stop and think about what you just heard. I promised you the oils that actually earned it. Time to deliver. PAOs give you a naturally higher viscosity index without those polymeric modifiers that shatter. Thicker, more consistent film on bearings, cam lobes, and turbo parts across a wider temperature range. PAO and ester blends are the gold standard. Cold weather flow from PAOs. Cleaning power and metal adhesion from esters. Film strength from both. Racing. Heavy towing. Brutal cold. Extended drains backed by oil analysis. This is where the molecular difference becomes the reason your engine survives. First up, Mobil One, the brand that fought to protect the word synthetic in 1999. They lost that fight. They never stopped making the real thing. Mobil One is built on Group 4 PAO, broad OEM approvals, massive distribution, extended performance for long service life, ESP lines for European compatibility. When enthusiasts debate which oil to trust with a $100,000 engine, Mobil One consistently appears as the reference standard. There is a reason for that. Next, AmSoil. Send AmSoil Signature Series and any Group 3 full synthetic to a lab after 5,000 miles. The difference in retained viscosity and total base number will tell you everything marketing never will. AmSoil blends real PAO content with Group 3. Independent tests consistently show better viscosity retention and longer additive life under hard use. For a daily commuter, the extra cost might not justify itself. But for towing, turbo engines, extended drains, or brutal conditions, AmSoil has the numbers to back every claim. Then there is Redline. ester-rich formulations built for one purpose, surviving conditions that destroy other oils. Esters dissolve additives better and grip metal surfaces harder. Film strength at extreme temperatures makes Redline the go-to for motorsport and track use. Premium prices, but for track days, towing, and competition, those advantages can be the difference between a healthy engine and a blown one. And finally, Model's 300V racing range uses Group 5 esters for film strength and cleaning power that Group 3 cannot touch. Their 8100 range carries ACEA and OEM approvals for European engines. Remember that Hyundai Elantra N Model 8100 EcoClean 0W30 reportedly displays API-SP certification, a true synthetic that also meets your required specs. These four are the minority. Most bottles on the shelf are Group 3 marketed as full synthetic. You have to look for the real ones and verify through safety data sheets. Now, here is the stuff that actually protects you. Forget the old 3,000-mile oil change rule. For normal driving, 5,000 to 7,500 miles is solid for full synthetics. Want to push further? Oil analysis is the only way to know. Send a sample to Blackstone Labs. They test viscosity, wear metals, and additive life. One sample tells you something. The trend over multiple samples tells you everything. And if you are stretching your drains, do not cheap out on the filter. A filter not rated for the interval will cost you more in engine wear than you saved on oil. Bosch and Mann are solid choices. Driving a European car? Pay attention. Fiat Ducato needs 9.55535 S1 compliance. Volkswagen platforms often need VW 504/507. These are not suggestions. They are requirements for warranty coverage. High mileage engine showing seepage or burning oil? Try a high mileage formula with seal conditioners, but only if you see actual symptoms, not just because your odometer hit a number. Switching from conventional to synthetic? Go gradually. Synthetics clean hard and can expose weak seals. And here is something most people do not know. If your engine burns more than a quart per 1,000 miles, you might qualify for a class action settlement. The Acura J37, Subaru FB and FA, Pentastar 3.6, EA 888, and GML C9 have all been involved. Document everything. Before you buy your next bottle of oil, do three things. Open your owner's manual. Find the viscosity grade and the OEM codes it calls for. Pull up the SDS for whatever oil you are considering. Section 3. Use the decoder ring I gave you earlier. Then check the bottle. Do the certifications on it actually match what your manufacturer requires? Buy from authorized sellers. Keep the receipt. That is it. You now know more about motor oil than almost everyone you will ever meet. No PAO or ester on the safety data sheet? It is probably not truly synthetic. That 1999 ruling did not set a quality standard. It handed the industry a permission slip. Full synthetic is not a chemistry description. It is a business model. Do not fall for it. Mobil 1, Amsoil, Redline, Model. Those are the exceptions. Nearly everything else on the shelf is Group 3 petroleum wearing a synthetic label. Go to your garage right now. Look at the bottle. Google the brand name plus safety data sheet. Find out what you are actually running. Share this video with someone who still thinks their full synthetic is actually synthetic. Subscribe. Drop a comment telling me which brand surprised you most. I read everyone.